Alright guys, and welcome back to ErebosGamingHD. So today we're getting back to Fight Night, and we're coming really close to moving up to Superstar rank. So hopefully we can get that with this fight or the next fight. But first I'm just going to tweak my stats a little bit. I've got 2,500 roughly XP, so I'm just going to try and maybe max out my chin, just to stop any sort of flash knockouts happening or flash knockdowns from some of the more stronger fighters, you know, like Tyson for example. And I'd expect that quite soon we're going to be fighting like some up and coming AI characters instead of just the standard, you know, Ali, Mike Tyson, things like that. I've got a feeling that what will happen is like custom characters are going to start working their way to the top, and some of those guys are going to be really strong. So that's what I'm going to try and just sort of negate by putting my chin up, just to stop any sort of weird random knockouts happening and ruin our undefeated record. So it looks like I can't really do much more than upgrade my chin. I want to try and just put something else to a star. I don't really need to improve punches really, so I think we'll just stick with that for now. Then we want to just work on our defense now, you know, our chin, our heart, because the jab right does most of the damage and it's basically all we need. So now we need to schedule a fight, so we'll have a see who we can get. Okay, let's have a look at the rankings and records. So I'm just trying to have a see where we are as far as that's concerned. It looks like we're 10th on the pound for pound, so that's not too bad. We do want to try and work our way to number 1, of course. Now, that Alan Jennings I fought not long ago, Tommy Morrison, was like my last fight, so I'm going to take on Sonny Liston here, just to see if I can sort of work my way up a little bit. I might need to fight the top contender every time, just to make sure I get the pound for pound rank, but I want to try and mix it up just for the video's sake. You know, if I kept fighting the same guy all the time, it wouldn't make interesting footage, I guess. So I think next time we'll just fight whoever's number top and see if that does affect our pound for pound rankings or not. But like I say, at the moment we're number 10, which I'd expect to have been higher considering we're like undefeated champion, but I'm just going to start working towards that pound for pound ranking after this fight if this doesn't make any effect to it. Because as I say, I'm not 100% sure how it actually how it works. I do guess you do have to fight the number 1 contender every time to move up the pound for pound, but who knows. Okay, so this is the boring part, just going through this. I still don't understand why this takes so long. The game just needs to just basically decide what's happening and that's it, you know. I don't know why it really needs to load much on them weeks. So we'll put up our endurance in case this guy, because I'm fighting Sonny Liston, he's an outside fighter, a long range fighter. There's a good chance this fight could go quite a few rounds if he starts fighting on the outside. Now obviously we are playing on greatest of all time, so however the game feels it's best to win, it will do. So that is what the game should do to win. You know, he's an outside fighter with a long reach, a good straight right hand. That's probably what the game will try and do. Little event there. Our popularity is 100 anyway, so I don't think the events really matter at all, but we may as well do it for the sake of doing it. So more loading screens. You kind of take for granted how quick like the PlayStation 4 and things load when you go back to like PlayStation 3 and Xbox, the Xbox 360, because like these loading times are absolutely insane considering it's such, I'd say a basic game. It's not, you know, it's not super, you know, lots of stuff going on kind of thing. It's just two guys punching each other. It shouldn't take that long to load, but hey, keep the corner happy. That's the plan. So yeah, we'll get into this and see what's going on. That's the tail of the tape, so you can see slightly shorter than me, but yeah, I think he's got slightly larger reach, so yeah, it should be an interesting fight. I'm not sure if I fought Sonny Liston already. I've fought that many people on this now, I've kind of forgot how many. I forgot like who I've actually fought and who I haven't, but so as you can see, he is trying to catch with them like looping right hands, but If I can try and avoid them, he is going to the body quite a bit, which makes sense if he's a bit shorter, which could be a bit of a problem, but that's why we had endurance. The endurance athletic training does help quite a lot. You just see him, I'm catching him with these left-right hands. And as long as I'm catching him with them left-right hands, then I'm comfortable, you know. It's when I stop being able to land them shots, that's when I'm in big trouble. Because without that, I'm pretty much, I may as well not have arms if I can't do the left-right hand to the face. That's how I've designed this character, and it's worked the treat so far, so there's not much point in changing it. Now, because this guy has got big, long arms, it's much more effective to throw hooks when you're close to him. Like, you throw hooks anyway when you get close, but against people with longer arms, they're much more effective since they can't block the face as well, you know. So you'll see when I get close, I'll do the left-right hands, looping the left-right hands to the face, and he won't be able to block the majority of them. And step back right hand should finish the job. This is actually much, much easier than I anticipated, and he's just getting absolutely tagged here. Bang, there we go. Jesus. There's me thinking this is going to be a long fight. By the looks of it, he's not going to make it out round one, but there we go. That's the first knockdown. Man. I think I have fought this guy before, actually. I think I've fought Sonny Liston before. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I have. Now, if we can just catch him with another couple more good shots, we could actually put him out here in round one. I mean, these right hands are just absolutely insane. It's crazy how much damage they do. Look at that, bang, see you later. This guy, and my character's just got like the most insane straight right hand. I think the actual dimensions of this character is absolutely bob on. I think it's perfect. Like the height, the arm length, they're not too long, but they're not like, they're obviously quite long, but they're not too long, you know, they're just right for that right hand. Because if they're too long, then your other shots become less effective. Like when I do throw the hooks on the inside, they'd be much less effective. Whereas the way this character's sort of built, I think it's just right, you know. Because when I've said before in other videos, when you get the right range and you throw the right hand or any shot, as long as you're in the correct distance, it will do much more damage. Like that wasn't the correct distance, that was too close, because there was still a bend in the arm when it landed. Whereas if you land it at just the right distance, and I think having an 80-inch reach is perfect for the way that I play, because I tend to be in range, like that was perfect range. There's a sweet spot with every character depending on his size, and if you can get the opponent in that sweet spot, you'll knock them down pretty damn fast. You'll probably notice yourself if you still play that there's a certain point and a certain spot that you can stand at with each character, and if you can hit them from there, you'll be doing maximum damage from your punches. Now I'm just trying to find that range, and once I find it I try and stay there. Obviously sidestep and stuff, like that right hand was pretty close to being on target, but you tend to find it when they've got the back on the ropes, and then you sort of take a step back and just get the right range, and then yeah, it just becomes painful. Okay, this guy shouldn't be going much longer now. I can't see him getting out of this round. Yeah, I'm just clocking him with too many shots. He's not doing enough back to sort of keep me off him. Like as soon as he starts throwing them looping hands, I was expecting more jab straights in all honesty, but he isn't. He's just throwing uppercuts and hooks and stuff, and it's quite easy to predict. And wow, that was close. Yeah, I was just saying it's easy to predict, and then he does a shot I wasn't expecting. But either way, for the most part, he is pretty predictable. He's just throwing them hooks and stuff, and they're not really doing much damage to me. Like I'm just trying to get him in that sweet spot now here. As you can see, I'm in the sweet spot now pretty much, and you can see you just get through with your shots because they're so much harder to block when you're in that position. And I don't know if he'll get up again. I can't really see it, but we'll see. Sometimes on Greatest of All Time they get up 4 times. Sometimes they don't even get up the second time. I don't know. I think it depends how much punishment they're taking. He's not getting up. So, here we go. Still got the friend high score for total KO wins. And I noticed I get quite a lot of these high scores. Sorry if you hear a random noise in the background. Someone's doing some gardening around here. There we go. Now I'm hoping to add the pound for pound belt to that list, because I've got 3 belts being held there. I want the pound for pound belt, if there is one. I assume there is. But that's what we're going to be going for next. So that was pretty straightforward, to be honest. I haven't fought a guy that's given me a challenge in a long time, and it's Mike Tyson was a bit tricky because I was just so scared of getting clocked with that big right hand, but for the most part, it's been fairly smooth sailing, and I don't know. I can't see myself really losing to these people. There's going to have to be some up-and-coming contender that's going to come and beat me if anybody is, because these guys are just simple now. And I think it's easier to fight real characters because I've played with them so much in the past that I kind of know what they're good at anyway, so I just try and avoid it. And this Sonny Liston didn't do what I expected at all. I expected it to be an outside fight, quite a long fight. Well, there we go. Mandatory against Rocky Marciano. So that's our next fight, folks. So, yeah, tune into our next video when it comes, and yeah, you're going to see me against Marciano. I don't know if I fought Marciano, I may have. Well, he's similar to Tyson, I guess. Could be quite tricky. But either way, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Anyway, folks, I'm scheduling the fight, but I'm out for now. So, catch you all later, folks. Catch you next time.